We really need to have a conversation because we can't put everybody in danger of dying. Yeah, we do need to have a conversation about that. Did you see the news today? New York went over 1,000 new cases for the first time in months. 42 states out of 50 are all reporting massive increases in the number. I mean, you can't ignore that. Do we shut down every year for the flu? Do we kill the economy every year because somebody gets a cold? Yeah, I've got an old parent that's got, a lot of stuff going wrong. And I've got a kid with asthma that we put in the hospital at least twice a year. I can't be sending them back to school. I don't understand. Why do you want our kids to fail? I mean, it's not even been 6 months, and there's a whole bunch of them that are failing miserably right now. Our kids have basically not gotten any education in 6 months. And with the time that they've lost from last year, almost all these kids are now a year behind. Well, I guess better to lose a year of school than rather than being dead, huh? For God's sakes, you're a doctor. It's not a shock. Every year we shut hospitals down because they're completely full with flu patients. We run out of ventilators. There's not enough nurses. There's not enough respiratory techs. We do this every year. And every year we don't shut down the economy. We don't pull kids out of school. We don't shut down the malls and bars. It's like this is a gross overreaction. 200,000 people dead. And when we get to the second wave, we're probably looking at 10 times that. You did study world history, didn't you? Oh, yeah. And so during the plague and during the Spanish flu, it wasn't the first wave that killed the most people. It was the second wave, and it killed 10 times as many people. So we're not going to ignore history on that. Well, let me retort. Yeah, I did study world history, and I guess you missed that part about what happened during the Blitz, what happened during Katrina. Kids were taken away from their home for years at a time. They literally lost all those years for an education, and they never made it up. It affected their entire life, affected the economy, because all of a sudden you had this whole cohort of people coming in that weren't trained well enough to actually get a job. Well, let me retort to your retort. The flu doesn't kill healthy young people. It kills old people. COVID kills healthy young people. I pronounced people dead that were in their 20s. Think about that. But, I can see the other side. You can't shut the entire economy down. You can't have parents lose their jobs because they have to stay home and take care of their kids. Here is one of the biggest things. We shut down the entire country. 40 million people lose their jobs. And probably 20 of those are never going to get their jobs back, 20 million people. And for the other 20 million, and even people like me, we're hanging on by a thread. It's like you're going to have to make a choice between staying home and doing Zoom meetings with your kids. I'm not a teacher. And if I lose my job, then I lose my house, I lose my car, I lose everything. So it's like I understand that you've got issues with being sick, but that's not, I'm sorry, it's not my problem. That's your problem. Okay, I'm sorry, I know that was harsh, but I think we can meet in the middle on this. Yeah, I guess it's going to come down to that. I need to send my kids back. I really do. You need to keep your kids at home. But you need to understand, my problem's your problem. I get my kids sick, they take up a hospital bed. You get sick with COVID, you may not have that bed. We need to be moving forward. So yeah, we'll meet in the middle, but I want you to understand, my family needs this.